Mr. Secretary, it's good to see you. You were the first person I worked for when I started in politics, and this is very unique for me. But first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for the job that you've been doing. People back home, they comment on your stability, your bearing, and how you represent our country on the world stage. Thank you for doing that. And look, you're sitting here today and for several hours, and our colleagues on the left, for the vast majority of them, they want to get a political stunt. They don't want to hear your answers, and that's why they wouldn't let you and afford you the ability to speak, because they know that you would school them in every which way possible and actually tell them that 2 + 2 = 4. And for a lot of them, that's hard to understand. So I respect your ability. But look, you have been asked a ton of tough questions. This is your time, if you would like it. I know you have spoken a lot today, but if there is anything that you would like to correct the record on by any of our colleagues on the left or even on the right that may have misspoken, I'd like to give you this time if you would like it. And just one last thing. When you're done with all of this, if you could come to Cleveland, Ohio, I know it's not where you're from, but the Cleveland Browns could use a really good coach. And so with all the different hats you've been wearing, maybe you could take us to a Super Bowl. But at that point, I leave the rest to you, sir.
Well, I don't claim I can lead that to a Super Bowl, but I wish them luck in Cleveland on that. Look, I thank you for the opportunity. I think we've covered almost everything, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to do that. Unfortunately, I have to be in the Senate here in just a few minutes, and they get really mad if you're late. But I just want to touch off by saying, look, every element of our foreign policy and everything we do, including aid, is now synergized, and it's about the national interest. And I do think it's important to point out and continue to point out, we are the most generous country in the world. By far, we give way more money than anybody else does to all of these things. Other countries who are very rich, powerful countries should step up too if they want to join in helping. There's no evidence that that's the case. We've seen a little bit of an increase among some countries, but it's not just us, the Canadians, the UK, other European countries have cut back in their expenditures as well on foreign aid. Not timed with us, it just happens to be they have those domestic considerations to take into account. This is the most generous country in the world. This year alone, there will be millions of people around the world that will receive food and medicine and medical care and in a way that furthers our national interest, but is also good for them. And we do that more than anyone on the planet. Foreign aid and what this country does to help people around the world is something we should be proud of, but it has to be done the right way. We can't be spending money on things that don't further the national interest, and we can't be spending money on things that waste the taxpayer dollars, and we can't be spending money on social experiments around the world that further the aims of an ideological movement in the United States. That's not what foreign aid is ever supposed to have been about, and that's what we're going to get it back to. On foreign policy, we're going to be pragmatic, but we're going to be principled at the same time. We have to understand that when it comes to foreign policy, oftentimes you're not given the choice between the clearly good one and the clearly bad one. Sometimes you're given two bad choices, and you're trying to figure out which one of these two bad choices is the least harmful to the country. In the end, at the end of the day, foreign relations between countries is about one thing, the national interest. I expect that every time I meet with a foreign minister of another country, that foreign minister is going to push for what is in the interest of their country. I need to push for what's in the interest of ours. Not what's in the interest of the world, not so what's in the interest of ours. In those cases where our national interests align, that's where cooperation happens. That's where alliances are formed. In those instances where our interests don't align, that's where you hope that diplomacy and cooperation can find a way through. But in the end, our foreign policy must always be about what is best for America before anything else. This is not a novel concept. It is a classic concept, and one that was lost for a long time in American foreign policy, and I'm happy and honored to be a part of trying to restore it.
Thank you, Mr.